All right, Tiger fans, I'm going to get more than 30 seconds through this video before I drop the I word. That is the test. It's now time for the fitness report as brought out by the club today. Tom Lynch, concussion test. Hopefully he gets through that and is able to play against the Giants. He's obviously going to be involved in some contact training and full contact training and things like that. And if he doesn't play, then we are going to need to roll the dice, I think, on a McKelty Lafau or a Jacob Blight or someone like that. We simply cannot go into this GWS game without Tom Lynch or another big experienced key forward to go alongside Fallen Sims. It would just be a complete disaster. So hopefully Big Lynch is okay. Kalina is a test with his knee, so he should be available this week. Although it has been interesting watching Fawcett do some ruck work in the VFL, but yeah, Kalina will obviously make his way back in and shoulder the ruck load alongside Hayes Brown. Jaden Short, calf 1 to 2 weeks. So it says, sadly, Shorty's calf isn't progressing as well as we would have liked. As we said last week, they're going to look after the players. And so it's going to be at least another week before they'll give us an indication. And they're going to still make sure that he's conditioned to come back and play at AFL level. So he could still be 2 or 3 weeks away. We've got the bye coming up after the Giants game, after the Sydney game, should I say. So maybe it's looking at after that. I don't know. It's very non-committal, is it? I know it says 1 to 2 weeks, but it doesn't feel like that at this stage. Sammy Lawler, 4 to 6 weeks for the hamstring. Super, super disappointing for him. It says Sam Lawler has re-aggravated the hamstring that he sustained prior to coming to the club, which we knew about the hamstring issue before then. Unfortunately for him, he's going to miss a bit of game time. Thankfully, it's only going to be around 3 games, though. Obviously, with the bye helping out in that sense. I think very similar to Smiley, they're going to be ultra cautious when it comes to these young kids and soft tissue injury. Oh, shit. Soft tissue things. Do we count that? I'm not sure if we count that. Did I avoid saying it completely? Let me know. But I think we will manage them very, very carefully, especially because there was some history coming into being drafted, like we already knew about it. And while it's annoying that you don't get the games into the kids, I think it's definitely more important that we look at like the 5 to 10 year plan, for example, and make sure we get them right. So as frustrating as it might be, it does make sense. And yeah, it seems like we'll see Sam Lawler after the bye, but that gives opportunity. Like maybe someone like a Sonzi steps in and can play some more minutes. Who knows? Thompson Dow, patella 6 to 8 weeks. So he dislocated his kneecap, which is extraordinarily painful. I can tell you from first-hand experience. And it says, we'll see how he progresses clinically over the next little while. Now, this one's the interesting one for me. And I say that, I mean, you all know that I love Thompson Dow. I'm a huge fan of what he's done this year. The 6 to 8 weeks, like if it's getting towards the 8-week mark, or maybe even if it ends up being towards the 10-week mark, it starts to edge very, very close to being towards the end of the season for him, possibly. Now, with that in mind, we've got until tomorrow or today by the time this video posts to make a call on mid-season draft selection if you were to put someone on the inactive list. I don't know what they're going to do there. He's on a 1-year contract as well, so the kid's obviously fighting for a spot and another contract. Personally, if it was me, to maybe put him at ease, I would feel comfortable in offering him another contract. I think he's shown enough improvement this year and enough to suggest he can come in and fill a role when we need him to, that I would offer him another contract and then maybe look to shift him to the inactive list almost simultaneously. So like, we're going to support you. We're also backing you for next year as well, but now we get a chance to bring someone else in. That's how I would maybe consider playing it. And I know there'll be people out there who won't agree with giving him another year, but you know what? We've only got a handful of kids on our list, and they'll eventually overpass him probably. But I think for the now, Thompson Dow still has a role to play in our side, whether we all like it or not really. And I think he's doing a good job. Anyway, back to the rest of the fitness report. Taj Houghton, ACL 4 to 7 weeks. Josh Gibcus, ACL 5 to 8 weeks. Both Taj and Gibbo are going really well. Serpil said, we expect to see them out running in the next few weeks without a non-contact hat on, which is awesome to hear. Then about 4 or so weeks of that, and then we can expect them out playing again, so progressing well. Isn't that going to be a story when Taj and Josh Gibcus are back playing? It's going to be unbelievably exciting. And just, yeah, hopefully we can see that. I don't want to say sooner rather than later because I don't want them to rush it, but you know what I mean. It's going to be exciting. Harry Armstrong, 6 to 8 weeks. Harry's still chipping away. Serpil said it's a long process for him, and again, not many real updates, but will bring his return to play forward by a week. And Josh Smiley, hamstring, TBC. He's progressing quite well, but again, not really many updates on him. We want to focus on his development from an athletic perspective, which they've said a few times now. The hamstring itself was looking quite good, but we want to make sure that he's ready to play senior football as soon as possible and make sure he is robust for that. So again, like I kind of said last week, I feel like this is very much just a fitness and conditioning and maybe stripping some weight potentially to try and get a bit of a lighter frame so there's not as much load going through the legs, getting his fitness up to a higher level. I don't know. There's a whole lot of things at play here that, are kind of hidden within what an athletic perspective means, I suppose. But I'm completely okay with them taking their time with Smiley as well. You can tell from Uze's perspective and Serpil's perspective, they really want him to play some senior footy this year. I think he'll get there, but I'm also okay and mindful that you don't want to rush these things and re-aggravate things. So whatever it takes. But yeah, good to hear that he's progressing well and that the hamstring itself is looking quite good. And now it's just a matter of getting the fitness part right. And then we will see him very, very shortly. So there you go. That is the fitness report as per the club that released it for round 12. And good to see Tyler Young, who obviously come back as well last week, get through the VFL. Dion got through the VFL. McKelty had another really good game. Judson Clark is obviously very, very close to AFL selection. So a few of the boys are ticking boxes, and now it's just onto this next phase of players to come through and get their recovery done and do their thing as well. So there you go. Let us know in the comments below. Did my almost mistake count as a full-blown mistake, or did I just save myself? I'm keen to find out what the verdict is on that. And out of the players still to come back, who are you most excited to see? For me, Taj Houghton all the way.